Okay, so for the first tip, it's going to be on Hit Parade. And the tip in Hit Parade is you can now jump on like these yellow diamond things. You can then jump onto the little spinners or the pushers, and then jump onto the next yellow diamond through the closing wall. And then you can basically get in front of everybody else. It's way faster than the normal route. Alright, there is like 2 tips in Hoopsie Legends. So in Hoopsie Legends, you can now just jump directly onto these little blocks. You used to have to grab onto them. For Obsidian Peak, it is way easier to take the big yeetuses or the hammers. When you're getting hit by the hammers, dive just before you get hit by the hammer and you will get sent absolutely flying. Do this with both sets of big yeetuses. This is probably the hardest tip, but on tail tag, when you grab your tail, you can actually kind of jump on the top of the hammer like this guy's doing in this clip. I did try to do it by myself, but I couldn't really get a good enough clip, so I'm going to use him as an example. Okay, in Penguin Pool Party, when you get a penguin, what you want to do is you kind of want to make your way to these slime slides. And with the new jump boost, you can just jump straight onto the slime slide. It is kind of crazy. In Dizzy Heights, instead of trying to avoid these big balls, you can just jump onto these like square, colourful boxes and just make your way by jumping onto each one of them. It's way faster and a lot easier. You probably already knew that. On Lost Temple, instead of trying to double dive, you can just completely skip the first lily pad, jump and dive onto the second lily pad. It's a lot easier, but it might be a bit slower. To get the fastest possible start in Rolling Ruins, you want to dive just before you use the power-up, and in the middle of that dive use the power-up. Then you'll get a slight boost at the beginning, and it's a lot faster than just jumping and then using the power-up. In Jump Showdown, since you can now jump slightly higher, the Fall Guy can now jump over 2 pizza tiles instead of just 1, without the bar. Here's an example here. If you jump right at the edge, you can just make that 2 pizza tile jump. Okay, easy tip in Slime Scraper. If there is no bar, then you can jump onto the conveyor belt, but make sure your Fall Guy is still in the anti-gravity zone. Then jump again onto the upper ledge and you will make it, thanks to the fact that you can now jump higher. Alright, there are a couple of tips in Slime Climb. So you can jump, dive onto this pusher and onto the platform. Jump up there and jump onto this pusher as well, onto the conveyor belt. Then you can jump on this wall in a slightly easier position to get up. And then you can just kind of jump dive onto this ledge as well. And that's it.